What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Knapp Fishing. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Do me a favor, go over there and hit that notifications button and subscribe to the channel. That lets you know when we post new videos, and you might be able to win yourself a Tackle Warehouse gift card. Today's video, we're going to be talking about spinner baits and why they are so important to have multiple blades for multiple different spinner baits. A lot of people say that the spinner baits are one-trick pony. You don't really need to switch stuff out. And then you have the other side of it where you're like me and we customize everything we can on a spinner bait. So we're going to roll that intro and we'll get into it, guys. This time of year, I'm all about a spinnerbait. Love a spinnerbait. You know, that water is dirty. It's starting to dirty up a lot of the time. It's cold. We can have some warm rains coming in. We got all kinds of stuff going on. And the spinnerbait is just an all-around really good way to catch these fish. And you're going to be able to use it in a bunch of different areas. Shallow water, deep water. You can change all kinds of stuff on them. That's why it's one of the most versatile baits. So I kind of wanted to go over today kind of what I'm going to go through to decide what I want on my spinnerbait. So this is a spinnerbait that I actually just took some blades off of because I didn't like the wire on that one, but I love the blade. A lot of the time what I'll do is as I'm going through tackle shops, I'm looking online, doing all this stuff. There is no perfect spinnerbait on the market yet. I am in the process of designing one with a company that we're gonna keep anonymous right now. But we are working on a spinnerbait. Very, very excited for it, and it's going to do everything that I want it to do. In the meantime, I have a bunch of different spinnerbaits. I think I have about 13 different brands and styles of spinnerbaits that I kind of work through. I mix and match. I switch them in and out and stuff like that. So this spinnerbait is kind of my go-to right now. I really like the way it's kind of comes through the water. I liked everything about it except for the blades. The blades was really the only thing I didn't like about it. So this is the spinnerbait here. As you can tell, it does have some wire right here. I know that's really different. A lot of people probably have never seen that before, but it gives off a lot of vibration, and it kind of allows it to flex a little bit more. I'm able to pop it and make it kind of, well, I don't know what that's called when I can make that thing like, oh, what is that called? Anyway, whatever it's called, I can really make it look like a school of shad a lot easier. Can't remember the company that makes this. They're local to East Tennessee. He has no social media, no Instagram, no Facebook. It's just all word of mouth. Met him at the East Tennessee Fishing Expo, and my tournament partner Shane Miller actually got me onto them. So I'll link that down there below for you guys, or I won't link it. I'll give you who it is and see if y'all can find him. So the only problem that I had with the spinnerbait was yet again the blade. So I went ahead and I switched out the blades. I've got high, muddy, cold water right now, and I wanted 2 gold blades. So all I did was I took from this spinnerbait that had a massive blade on the back, and then I added it to this spinnerbait. That's all I did. I just took off the little blades from this one. I'll show you the blades. I just wanted to upgrade. I went from this little silver blade to this big old gold blade. Look at how much of a difference that is right there. I wanted to be able to have something that was a little bit more, thumped a little bit more. I obviously needed a better color to begin with. I needed to change a couple of things. So that's one big modification that I make to my spinnerbaits that I really enjoy being able to do, is changing out the blades. Now, with the blades being said, and obviously this video is going to be all about the blades and you kind of when, where, why, and all that jazz, because you really can't change anything else. You can't change the hook, you can't change the head, you can't change any of that stuff once you've already bought the spinnerbait. Once you find the exact spinnerbait that you like, just the perfect spinnerbait for you, stick with it, and then you can modify the blades, the spacing, the swivels, all that jazz. So one blade or one spinnerbait that I have that I'm really looking forward to throwing, especially for this week. We're filming this right before the first White Pine Marine tournament of the year, and it is on Cherokee. And we are currently having, I know it doesn't look like it right now, it's absolutely beautiful, but it rained all day yesterday. It's supposed to rain all night tonight, all day tomorrow, and all day Friday. So we're going to have a lot of rain coming in, a lot of high, muddy water. A lot of people get afraid of that. They shy away from cold, muddy water. You all know I don't care. I like cold, muddy water. I've done a video on cold, muddy water here before, so I'm really excited about it. I really enjoy it. So one bait that I'm kind of excited to try is this little guy. We've got a red kicker blade up here that's going to be able to show up really well in the water, and we've got that gold blade here on the back as well. Gold just shows up so much better in muddy water, so that's what I really like to use when I know the water's going to be really muddy. I always like to try and go with gold. Usually, all the spinnerbaits I run have one silver and one gold blade. That is just usually my standard for everything that I use, and I've got one right here. Yet again, because like I said, I love spinnerbaits, and I have a bunch of different ones tied on. It's what I'm comfortable throwing. It's what I like. So this is the other spinnerbait that I have tied on. You can tell we actually have the big silver one back here, and then we kind of have a bronze one up here. I know that kind of looks silver, but when you put the two together, you can tell the difference. This is definitely more of or maybe that's a nickel. I'm not really sure what that is. But this is a Z-Man spinnerbait. I really like it because of the head design here. It's kind of indented, and then we've got a much lighter wire here. A lot of spinnerbaits, I notice the wire is just entirely too heavy. I understand why they do it. You know, the heavier the wire, the less likely the spinnerbait's to break. You can get more fish out of it. I don't really care about that. I want to be able to catch the most amount of fish on that spinnerbait easily. You know, I want to be able to just go to town catching them, and when I've got a lighter wire like that, it's definitely easier to catch them. It gives off more vibration. So the blades on that one, like I said, we've got different blades on each and every one of them. We have gone through and switched them all out. So when, where, why, like why do we change out these blades? So the biggest reason why we change out these blades is water, color, and clarity. You know, if we've got, you know, 2 to 3 feet of visibility, we're going to run with the silver ones. We're going to try and keep it as natural as we can. You know, we're going to go with whites and some blue shimmer, stuff like that. Just real natural looking baits on the skirts. And then you want the blades to be that silver and look really good in the water. Now, when we start getting into the muddier water, like in the 1 foot and less visibility, that's when we want to start looking at some gold colors. Gold is going to reflect better. It's going to be able to shine a little bit better, and it's going to be able to actually give off some more attraction to it. Now, the outlier here are, of course, painted blades, colored blades, like the red one I showed you, and these. These are a unique, one side is a hammered gold and one side is painted white. Very, very unique blades. They're kind of your outliers. You can do anything with these. You know, you're able to put these, you can put these on any of these spinnerbaits, and they're going to work phenomenally in that dirtier water. And you can also get these in chartreuse. You know, chartreuse and white, they kind of look similar in the water. We can have that debate back and forth on what it actually looks like in the water column, but that's for a different video altogether. So the blades themselves look really good in the water when you start adding in the gold and some colors at that foot or less. Now, once we get down to, you know, 6 inches of visibility, like I think we're going to have, that's when you've got to break out big blades. You need big blades, the light wire to give off the real strong vibration. And that's why I've chosen this spinnerbait to kind of be my my go-to spinnerbait for this event, because of the high rising muddy water. This spinnerbait I have switched out. Like I said, I've got the much larger blade in the back, and I've got this stupid amount of vibration right here. So it's going to give me everything that I need right there. And I know a lot of people are going to make the argument down here, and I'm already mentally preparing for, throw a Colorado blade. Yes, you could throw a Colorado blade. I choose not to. I don't like the Colorado blades unless night fishing. Night fishing is one of those unique things that I don't really do it a whole lot, and I don't really care for it either. But I would throw a Colorado blade at night, and it does all right. But when I'm fishing, I don't care how muddy it is, I just do not throw a Colorado blade. It's something about the thump. I just think it's too much. It's entirely too intrusive for me. So I just go up bigger and bigger on my willow blades. The bigger the willow blade, the better it's going to give it off, and the more better of a presentation I feel that it's going to give. You know, those big Colorado blades, yeah, they may thump and they're going to give off more shine, but that's not really a good representation of the shad in the water compared to a willow blade. A willow blade is long, skinny, narrow, like a shad is. So I just like it a little bit better. I know it's all personal preference, but that's completely up to you guys. So guys, these blades are extremely easy to change. I really, really recommend y'all just play with them. Sit down, play with it, change stuff out. All you need is a good set of pliers. I use these Rapala pliers. They've got split grips on, or not split grips, the split rings. You can get in there really well. You can pull all your blades off. If you get a spinnerbait that the blade doesn't turn really well, I highly recommend you guys upgrade the swivels. Get you some really, really nice swivels. You know, some of those things are $1 a swivel, but I promise you guys they're really, really nice. Don't skimp on swivels and don't skimp on your blades. Always, always, always get high quality stuff. It's gonna make your spinnerbaits that much better, and it's gonna be able to make that blade turn so much easier with the swivels and the correct blades. Just barely rolling that handle. They'll still turn and they'll look really good in the water. Guys, if y'all like these videos, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment down in the comment section below. Let me know how you guys like to modify your spinnerbaits. Do you guys do anything crazy with your stuff? Kind of like I do, switching things in and out, trying to make that exact perfect spinnerbait. When my spinnerbait is brought to you by this company, I will be the first one to do a video on it for you guys. We'll do it right here on the channel. We'll get it out there. We'll let everybody know when it'll be available, and probably going to give one away on probably over on Instagram for everybody to try to get their hands on first, guys. So like, comment, subscribe, notifications on. Take care, everybody.